What's up, everybody? We are back with another Saturday morning VFX stream. This is going to be a good one. It's actually the first time I've ever collaborated with somebody on the stream. So we got my very good friend, Casey Edwards. He is a very talented composer, and he's coming over, and we're going to make album art for him for his very next single coming out very soon. All right, so that's what we're doing today. You know, we're going to try and make something kind of sci-fi, a little dark. It's going to be a really fun one, and I'm very excited. So hopefully you guys learned how to work and collaborate with a client in this one, and also how to make some cool album art. If you guys are into music, or if you have a client who's trying to make music, and you're like, hey, it's time to make some album art. I'm personally using Cinema 4D, but you guys can follow along in Blender, Maya, 3ds Max, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whatever program you use, as long as, you know, you get working and you get learning. And that's the whole point of this time here on Saturday, is to get together and work and learn together. Right? So we've blocked out this time to get better at our craft every single week. You got to work consistently if you want to get better. You know, a lot of people will get into a certain hobby and they'll stay into it for a year, but then they'll kind of drop off. If you truly want to become a master at something, you need to consistently practice it. So that's what I'm trying to do here for VFX. I'm also directing is my passion as well. So I gotta do a bit more directing next year. I'm very excited for that. But yeah, Casey will be here soon. He's one-wheeling over at the moment, probably. But yeah, so that's the brief overview of what we're going with today, guys. I'm very excited for this. If you guys can hear me and see me all right, just give me a little thumbs up. I'm amped. I'm amped to do this. Very amped to do this. Casey's been a friend for a very long time. If you don't know about Casey, he worked on Devil May Cry he did music for Devil May Cry. He did music for Doom Eternal. He did music for Wolfenstein. He did a lot of film scoring for my short films on this channel here, the Dead Island video, Cardboard Warfare 2.5. He also did The Floor is Lava, which is on Rocket Jump, and a lot of Corridor short films as well. So Casey is very talented. He went to school for, for composing, traditional composing, and he's been a friend for a long time. So it might get goofy on the stream here. It might get goofy. I might turn into another person. We'll see what happens when Casey rolls up, but I'm very excited for it. All right. Oh, my webcam is desaturated. That's because I usually shoot everything in log. Let me see if I can, like, imagine. Let me try to go blind. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, it did work. Wow. Sweet. All right, I still got it. All right. Yeah. All right. Good times, everybody. Thank you for joining. We actually did every single week we do a weekly challenge. And this week's weekly challenge was Christmas. So a lot of entries have been entered this week, and I'm going to be going over them live after the lesson with Casey. We're going to go over them live, and I'll review them, and we'll choose 5 winners. And this is actually the last stream of the year. I'm taking a break, a much-needed Christmas break. Next week, I'm posting my surface imperfection video, where I'm teaching you guys how to not only use surface imperfections, but how to make them yourself and process them in Photoshop so that you can make your own 3D assets. I'll also be selling a pack as well of 25 super high-quality 4K 16-bit 3D assets. I think that's Casey. Hold on. I'll be right back. You came just in time for the brand deal.
Good. All right.
I'm gonna tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Do you need water?
I'll live.
Are you sure?
Yeah, for now. I'm good.
All right, guys. Casey's here. I got the special camera angle set up. Have a seat, son. The mic situation, you know, you might just have to like yell.
Yo, who we sponsored by today?
Oh, that's a great question, Casey. That's a fantastic question. First off, let me make sure you're up in the frame. So there you are.
Oh yeah, look, I got that fresh one wheel here.
Yep. All right. So what Casey just asked who we're sponsored to, or who we're sponsored by today. And guys, it's Skillshare. If you don't know what Skillshare is, then you've been living under a rock. Because Skillshare has been sponsoring every single video. Well, not every single video, but one video per month since I started this whole thing. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives just like you guys who are looking to up their game in as many different areas as possible. It doesn't matter if you're into photography, filmography, 3D, music, drawing, anything. If you can look it up on Skillshare, then you can learn it. And, you know, they offer a bunch of small bite-sized classes for any schedule, any skill set, advanced or beginner, they got you. So I want to tell you guys a little bit more about myself as I show you 3 different courses that I think you guys would like. So first off, for y'all who don't know me, let's see. I got you with some ink drawing classes. So I love drawing. I've been a fan of drawing for a very long time, and this class by Yuko Shimizu is a fantastic ink drawing class. She's going to guide you through the process of how she, you know, does her drawings, her ink drawings. They're difficult, and you know, but she's got you. So this is a really good one. Also,
Man, I would have loved this when I was a kid.
no, seriously.
I remember my mom took me to Michael's and she bought me my first like little ink pen, and I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have YouTube back then. I hate to age myself that much, but yeah, we didn't have YouTube, so I just came home with this like ink pen. I had no idea what to do. This kind of stuff would have been awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And it's like I said, anything you guys can look up, anything you want to learn. Another thing about me, I'm actually a certified yoga instructor. So bam, I got you guys with some yoga classes. I really do love yoga a whole lot. And this might seem odd to you guys, but yoga is basically the best thing ever. And it helps me, you know, stay young. And me and Casey are actually big fans of rock climbing, and yoga helps us, you know, stretch it out and make it easier to go back to the rock wall later the next day. So this is a very, very easy beginner course for you guys by Abby Carver, and she's going to walk you through different yoga flows, different poses that you guys can mess around with and try yourself. So that's a new one. And then since we got Casey here, we got music up in here. So anything that you guys want to learn music related, you can learn on Skillshare too. So we got
sidechain compression. That's so important. It really is multiband sidechain compression to be more specific, but sidechain compression is so useful to make room for other things in your mix while not taking away the important aspects of it. You don't have to EQ them permanently. And that's the beauty of sidechain compression, getting rid of something just for that little bit of time that you need to get rid of it. It's so cool that they have that up there, so high up.
Yeah, like you can get into very specific stuff, like Casey's saying right here, but you can also go very general too. So if you're just starting out, like what program do I use? They got you on different programs, but then, you know, like Casey said with the side chaining, they can get you on very specific stuff too. So anything that you guys can look up on Skillshare, you can learn it. And as a Skillshare member, you guys get unlimited access to regularly updated premium content for less than $9 a month for an annual subscription. It's a no-brainer. So for the first 1,000 people that click the link in the description below, you guys get a free trial of Skillshare Premium on me. Try it out. It's free. You can learn a whole bunch of stuff, and that's the whole reason we're all together. So, yeah, it's a good time. Skillshare's awesome.
That's so sick.
Yeah, good times. Hopefully you guys can hear Casey all right.
Yeah, I love how I genuinely had no idea what your sponsor was. I think this is like the coolest thing ever.
That's great. I'm glad that you're down for it. I'm glad that you're down. All right, so let's get the live chat going again.
Well, it's basically like how you can learn anything on YouTube these days, but nobody's vetting who's teaching it to you, so you don't know the kind of information you're getting. So it's almost like a specialized location for videos to learn how to do things.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
A little quiet. Yeah, I hear that a lot just in normal life.
Let's see if we can't. All right, let's see if we can get Casey's audio going a little bit, and then we'll hop into to this album art and figure it out here. So if we can get like a mic, I'm gonna be looking this way. It's like we need a mic basically like right Like,
Good. If I need to, I'll just get real
just
close.
get closer, son. All right, so here's the thing. Like, coronavirus, right? That's the thing, but me and Casey don't have it.
Yeah, no,
That's
a
all
lot
I'm
of us are tested pretty regularly within our own friends group, and we have a very small quarantined bubble anyways to make sure that we keep everything under control.
Yeah, it's basically corridor, and then Casey, Allie, and Cliff, my old roommates. So we're all kind of in this.
We were all already in it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Here, scoot in a little bit more. Get a little bit more awkward. Just watch this guy.
sure.
And then also I got that.
Oh. And apologies in advance. I have something being delivered to my house today, and also having to keep tabs on other things. So my phone is kind of semi-glued to me right here, but I'm not going to be looking at it unless I have to.
All right. Hopefully, here, give me some levels. Give me some it. All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. So what the heck are we gonna do? We're gonna make some album art for Casey here for his new single coming out soon. Let's see what we got so far. I'm gonna open up this Photoshop document of like looks and styles that we put together last week.
Hold on one second. This sweater's got to go. This is a one-wheel sweater.
Did I even save the Photoshop document? Oh, that's bad. I didn't even save the Photoshop document.
Oh, the outlining we were doing?
Yeah, why did I? What?
But we got the renders, right?
We got the renders. So here's what we got. Like, we're trying to get different versions, of, of what this album art could look like. And that's the first thing is like, you want to bust out a bunch of different versions, to see what would look cool, So this is the equivalent of like concept art or just a quick sketch or a previs, anything that like isn't the final. It's basically just a quick version to get, Casey looking at what it could look like. And you're like, oh, I like that. I don't like that. I talked about the idea of like maybe using this, this like hallway, this like cylindrical corridor thing. We ended on this V3 right here. And yeah, this is a Stuzor render. So that there's I don't know if you guys are watching. Well, to the people watching this now, the thumbnail currently of this is a Stuzor render, and Casey liked this bit of art here, so we're using that as a reference. But once we finish it, I'll update the thumbnail. So we ended on this. We ended on like wires with like the body hanging and stuff, with maybe like a wet floor, the wet concrete. And instead of just a blank wall, it has more depth to it. So maybe there's a way that we could like do something with this wet floor look, but still have this tunnel thing going. So maybe it makes me think of like a train tunnel, almost like a subway tunnel. I don't know if you want to mess around with that idea, because that kind of gets you both. Like this kind of stuff.
I think the thing that I like the most about this is the like endless like electronics.
Got it. Yeah, got it. Like pipes and wires and stuff.
Yeah, just trying to connect it again back to the way the song feels.
Got you. Okay.
I think that sort of like electronic dystopia is a pretty big element in that song, especially in the sound design.
Mm-hmm. All right, so maybe what we do is like, I think the background we can probably work in second, but let's see if we can't get the positioning of the body. Can we hear a preview? Nope.
I've seen that one guy on the Corridor Crew channel. Yeah, that one time a long time ago. Yeah, if we do play a preview, it'd be like the first 5 or 10 seconds. I don't want to spoil too much of it. I'm still finessing it, but the beginning does have some of those like industrial mechanical vibes. I'll drop you a link in your Discord just in case.
Okay. Yeah, unless we need to, Oh God, that looks so cool.
It is important. I do want people to understand a little bit of what we're feeding off of and the inspiration that you're taking. I need
to be able to like hook up some audio and music to the actual stream. I hadn't figured that out yet, but that's next year. I'll figure that out.
If you play a YouTube video, does it play for your viewers with audio?
I don't know.
We would know pretty quickly in OBS if it was pinging it or not. If not, it's not a big deal. I'll send it to you just in case.
Okay, cool.
We'll let it fly however it goes.
But let's try and lock down the body position maybe first. Because there's a lot of different ways to go about this. Like, we want to get something like this, some vibe like this. And, like, we could slowly shape it, like you would if you were sculpting. You're not going to finish the nose and then finish the rest of it. You're going to kind of block it out first. So I feel like we can probably get some sort of block out. When you left last week, I kind of positioned this mannequin in kind of like a position you're going for. Yeah, one of you guys mentioned the Matrix. This is totally one of the references was the Matrix when Neo gets pulled up in the end or in the beginning of the first Matrix. All right, what lights do we have going for us? Where's this light coming from? I'm gonna make a new back. There we go. So I'm choosing a color now, and I'm gonna light. Oh, weird. What? Oh, that's why. I'm dumb. That's cool. The way it like bounce lights the back, but then edge lights the front or the top. I think that can look pretty sweet. And then you wanted wires and stuff too, like hanging from these different wires and mechanical parts for the leg. So we're going to try and get as far as we can on this album art in the stream here. We may not finish it, but we'll get as far as we can get.
Who is the band getting this album cover? It's just me.
It's just Casey.
It's just me.
Yeah, just look him up on Spotify. Here, let me get you that. Let's see. Casey Edwards. There he is. Bam, son. Casey Edwards, the man, the myth, the legend. You dropped Bury the Light earlier in September, and it popped off. Devil Trigger also is a freaking hit.
Bopping.
And yeah, what have you worked on, Casey? You did Devil May Cry, Wolfenstein.
Yeah, my first job was helping Mick Gordon out on Killer Instinct, and then I got to also work with him on Wolfenstein, and then we did a little bit of stuff on Doom together. And then after all that, I finally got to work on Devil May Cry for myself. My first full-time video game job on my own. It was really fun.
It's legit. Yeah, and then you've been dropping singles this year. So this is for your next single coming out. That's what we're doing. Yes. And people will be coming in periodically. So people like I might give an answer to something, and then they might ask it again because it's someone new,
Sure.
All right, so. An endless hallway. I mean, we could just freaking just ugh. All right, so you got to change your mapping to cubic, and we will not tile it as much.
Did you ever watch Little V's cover, and did you like it? Yeah, I've been watching Little V's covers since we worked on Killer Instinct back in the day, because he would always cover the Killer Instinct stuff. And then Mick ended up working with him directly on one of the tracks. So it was pretty cool.
All right, let's see.
Sorry, I hope you don't mind me addressing your...
No, this is great. This is it. We're in. All right. I'm going to try and get these lights to get smart with positioning these lights. So I want to be able to see, actually, instead of deleting that, I'll just point it down like this. Move it up, and then I'm gonna clone it, linear cloner. Let's get it going all the way back. Let's do.
This must be what it's like when you listen to me talk about sidechaining. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yep, we're just duplicating that light until it just goes all the way back, a whole bunch, and we'll go back to the camera so you can kind of see like.
Oh yeah.
it just kind of goes back. Also, guys, aspect ratio, it's going to be square because, you know. So in Octane, you can hit the lock button and then type in, like, you know, if this is 1, this is going to be your true resolution, basically. And then if I hit 0.5, it'll just kind of scale it down so I can see the whole thing in here. You can move it around too. Okay, there's a weird shadow in the foreground. There we go. All right. So we could get to get that tunnel effect just generally and get it out quickly, what we could do is like make a tube.
Got that long tube preset?
Yep, CC tube. And we'll hop out of camera and scale it up. And you can use these little like knobs here to move it around. Boop. Something just really quick. Let's do like 32 or something.
Oh, that's like all the different amount of polygons it takes to make the circle?
Yeah, so you can like adjust the rotational segments to get it down to a triangle if you want, you know, or make it really smooth.
Oh, all right.
Like a sphere. And then I'll do the same thing with the cloner, a linear cloner. I'm going to hold Alt and I'm going to hit the little cloner box here. Boom. And we'll go linear, so it's going in one direction. And let's adjust the distance, something like 400. And then if you set the instance mode to multi-instance, you should be able to save as much RAM as possible while still being able to have a bunch of copies. So I'll just set that to 50 and we'll go into this and see what it's looking like. The lighting position isn't the best right now. I might have to move the lights that we made in this cloner and just move them down so that they're included in the tubes. Wait, why are they going up subtly? What? That's weird. Are they? Yeah, they totally are. Whoa. All right, so for some reason these guys are like slowly moving up. I don't know why, but it's an easy fix. We'll just move them down in there. And then now the lights are inside. Oh, I got to move it a little further down. And then we can just turn up the intensity. And this is just as a quick preview. And we can also light the tubes. So if you make a new diffuse material in Octane, you can go to emission and check black body emission, and that's going to be able to just drop on the tube, and then those should light up. I might have to change the settings. Surface brightness, maybe I set that to 1000. Maybe I re-render the scene. All right. What the heck? That's not looking right at all. What?
Your rotation is set to negative 88 degrees, not 90. Please do something with surrender.
Casey, what DAW do you use, and what's a DAW?
Oh, DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation. So
What program do you use?
I use Cubase, but there are many good ones. I don't think there's any one single definitive audio workstation. If you do mixing for a living, basically just go ahead and accept Pro Tools as your main, because if you want to work with somebody else, they're already going to be on what they call the industry standard. I don't really agree with that term, but if 99% of the professional mixers out in the world are mixing with Pro Tools, just accept it, because if you want to ever intern with them or work for somebody else, you're going to need to know it. However, I use Cubase. I don't work for somebody else, I work for myself, and it's a lot more beneficial towards the film scoring or video game scoring related stuff that I do.
Solid. Same with 3D. It doesn't really matter what program you use. You know, like if you use Blender, I know a lot of you guys use Blender, which is a free program. It's very powerful. It's what Ian Hubert uses. It's what Peter uses.
I see. So someone says I use FL, and that's becoming quite the problem. So actually, I want to talk about that really quickly. Mick Gordon, the guy that I used to work with, you guys probably all know him for Doom and all that other crazy good stuff. He uses 3 DAWs to get his job done, and actually his main one is FL Studio. I know some people like to kind of trash on it a little bit because it's geared more towards, you know, the idea of teenage EDM in your bedroom on a laptop kind of thing, but it's a really powerful DAW. You can do a lot with it. He also uses Ableton and Pro Tools to get the rest of his work done. But yeah, FL Studio is really powerful. It really is all in what you can do with it.
Yeah, it's legit. It's like the tools are what matter. Or I'm sorry, the tools don't matter. It's what you do with the tools. All right, so we're going to see if we get a little bit of depth of field on this just to try and get this vibe going a little bit. I don't know why that's so sensitive. And we can hit object, and then we can go to options and uncheck the check camera option. That's very confusing. And then you can hop out of the camera. Your live viewer will still be showing your live scene.
Oh, that's cool.
But you'll be able to hop out here and like be able to like make adjustments and
so
stuff.
So you never lose your perspective of what you're rendering, but you can hop, 20 rings down the render and do something funky to it.
Yeah, exactly. And then what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to bring out this character from the background. We want the character to be brighter than the background, or either darker. It just needs to be have some contrast with the background. And I think fog will definitely help that, but we're not quite there yet because that's getting a little detailed, or maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe we do add fog and just say screw it. So I'm bringing this light in just to, let's try and like crank it, And I am working in black and white right now to get the tones right and the contrast right. And then we can always switch over to color and like, I know Casey, you're talking about adding a pop of color to this art here, but we can do that. We can literally do that like at any point. But I'm kind of saving it for the end just because if I can get my tones right, then I know it's going to look legit,
Yeah, it makes sense. A lot of times before I even start production, I write the whole song on piano. Because if it can't stand alone as a song within itself, then sound design and production's not going to save it.
Dude, that's great. I love this. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of crossovers in a lot of professional industries. Like, don't get caught up in too much of the hype or too much of the micro when you need to be checking out the macro first.
Yep.
Composition is everything.
100%. All right, so I'm gonna add a LUT, which stands for lookup table, and that is gonna give us a color correction to our piece here, and it's gonna it crunched it down quite a bit there, and you can go pretty crazy with this stuff. There's some really intense ones. Am I literally working in black and white? Or my saturation is at 1. I just don't think there's any color in our scene. I think that's the reason. Oh, it's because neutral response is checked. So neutral response, it will, if this is checked, it won't add any of the color data from the response when you're like going through all your different looks here. If it's unchecked, it'll add the color data.
Are those like LUTs?
Exactly. Yeah. Lookup tables, different. It's color correction essentially.
Okay.
And we can always like, change this later. But did you have a hue or a certain, like, if you were to tint it a certain hue, did you have?
I think I always think of like that David Fincher, like sewer green kind of feel.
Is this green or am I colorblind? I'm definitely colorblind, but is this green?
Yeah, no, it's definitely tending just towards that light green hue.
Okay, all right. Is this too green?
Yes.
Good. All right, good. And you know how far we gotta go. All right. So how far off are we? I know that the background sucks. I know that the character body position might need to be tweaked a little bit. Let me ask you first, thoughts on body position and scale of how close it is to the camera.
Might be a little close.
Okay.
My only thought is I like where he's at right now, but it depends on the entanglement, right? Because if he's being suspended by air only, I would imagine the hips being further up, like him being a little bit more flat and then dangling from there. However, if the entanglement in which he is in has more support in his chest, it would make sense for his pelvis to be dropped a little bit and his chest still be up.
Okay. Well, then I would base the entanglement and the wires that we're going to add off of the way the body looks. So let's try and get the body in a position that you like, and then we'll add the wires to make that look right, if that makes sense. We can try 2 or 3 different looks with the body. If you think that will help, if we can get like a couple different looks on it.
Yeah, I think I'm more of a visual.
So do you know what you don't like about this / do like about this body position?
I like the suspension. I think it's fine. I think the only thing I would like to see is another version where the pelvis is a little bit more
higher
in line, with his chest.
Okay, all right, great. So then what we'll do here is you see we have a keyframe right here. If I hit Shift F3, that'll go to my timeline, and I can zoom out. And if we make a keyframe on every single one of these bones, I should know where the make keyframe button is. And it's really awkward that I don't. But I'm just going to hit the keyframe button right here. I should be able to... Is this it? No? Sometimes I ask the chat. If you guys know where the make keyframe is button, let me know. Will it be under frame? Frame key? No. Frame all. It's going to come in like 2 seconds. Let me know. Functions. Key.
They said use F3.
Just hit F3?
Is this like one of those things where you just get trolled and your whole computer shuts down?
Oh, God.
Like back in PUBG when you're driving, everyone's like, hit F.
Oh, God.
Hit F to honk the horn.
So bad?
You just jump out and die. Did that do it? Sounds like someone's cutting trees out there.
Yeah, someone's definitely cutting trees out there. That's exactly what's happening.
Well, they can hear the chainsaw, but they can't hear me. That sounds about right. Pretty adapt in my life.
This is a Mixamo rig. We got a Mixamo rig going here, so we're it comes set up pre-rigged and everything. I should be able to right click and just freaking like add property special. Why is this just not working? Record active objects. Oh, it's active only. No, I want to record everything, not just the active ones. Oh,
Tree cutting ASMR.
Oh, add properties. Y'all.
Maybe you should Google it. Dang. Ajee hitting you with that hot tip.
God. Oh, maybe you should just Google it, dude. Yeah, maybe I should. Is this it though? This is a key.
I don't know. We got a Skillshare video. It teaches you how to do this.
Create marker current. Maybe. Go to current. This is so sad, dude.
This is definitely gonna happen to me tomorrow. Stuff like this happens to me privately all the time. But in live stream, it's like anything that can happen wrong is going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Let me Google it. Let me just freaking Google it. How to make
Grab my jacket.
keyframe in timeline editor Cinema 4D. This isn't helping. This is not helping. All right, so here's what I'll do. I'm gonna say screw it. I'm gonna just copy paste and hide these guys.
So what does that mean now? Instead of like animating it to a different position, we're just cloning a different body and putting it into a different position altogether?
Yeah, I was gonna just do it with keyframes, but it's chill. So basically, the hips will move everything. The hips have full control over the whole body. So we're gonna need to move the chest and the spine down. So I'm gonna rotate these.
Oh, his back is broke.
Like, is this what you're going for? Just like a something like that, or do you still want the hips higher, like flat, like they're standing up almost?
Kinda. Yeah. Can we just bring his pelvis up? Ooh.
And then this will come up like this, and then you get that workout in. And then what do you want, like the neck, like just freaking.
Actually, I didn't mind where it was. Maybe just the arms down a little bit.
The arms like falling back, like this, or like from here. You mean like swinging down, like this?
I feel like they're like this.
Yeah.
And I feel like they would be.
Okay,
more
got it. Yeah.
back.
So that will be some shoulder action right there. We'll get into that shoulder. If you control click these little plus minus buttons here, it'll open up or close up the whole hierarchy. So you can use that to your advantage. It's still under spine, left shoulder, right shoulder. All right, so we want the right. We'll start with the left arm. And we'll get this to swing back like this almost.
Trying to see the bend of the elbow.
Let me...
Is his arm facing out?
Oh, wait. I'll just solo this. And then the back one is going to go down to... And we can switch out like the hands too. Like,
oh, there it is. The foreground arm. Is there a way to see how it's kind of like this? Can we open it up just a bit?
yeah, totally.
I feel like that would be like a little bit more of a natural.
Yeah, so that's going to be in the left arm will kind of open up a little bit like this. And then we'll get the forearm to do kind of the rest of it. And then the wrist can do the rest of it. You don't want to crank it all on one piece. You want to open up the arm from the shoulder to the elbow and then to the wrist. And you want that palm to kind of be facing like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like if you were hanging, it would be... Yeah. I could be wrong.
No, definitely. Oh, that's what the other one's doing. The other one back there. And then I'll curl the fingers like the other one. So it's going to be like... Let's see. It was open like this.
I don't know,
right?
Just imagine like lifeless.
Well, if the palm's up. If the palm is up.
I'm like trying not to put any muscle in my arm.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I can.
I just noticed I might have a lot more bend in my fingers though because of what I do all day. I know let me see what my hand naturally looks like. It's just curled up.
Crunched. All right, so it's like there's like a slight bend in all of these fingers. starting from the pinky is the most curled, and they kind of sit in together like this.
It's almost kind of crazy how much our hands draw in naturally.
Uh-huh. And then this left one, the left one kind of matches the pinky. Oh, and real quick, if you hit N, will bring up different shading options. It's kind of hard to see with the lighting. So ND, or no, NC is what I want. That's going to get rid of all the lighting and stuff. You can also do NQ, and that'll get rid of the textures. So that's a really easy and quick way to work. Let's keep going. The pinky and the ring finger are matched. It's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre dude is constantly after us.
Dude, the opening of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is the most hilarious horror film I've ever seen.
I forget what happens.
It's like these like young teens or early 20-year-olds end up driving on this bridge, and then Leatherface is just on their car, like chainsawing their car into a convertible, and simultaneously like taking people's extremities off.
Classic.
With chains. I laughed because it's like classic 70s practical effects, and it's like Kool-Aid squirting out of his open neck.
God. Those old horror movies are the best.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna like try and get the finger and the forefinger and the thumb to touch, and we gotta bring the thumb in just a little bit. So it's like this maybe like rotates. No, that doesn't do that. Maybe it closes a little bit, and then this closes in like this. And touches the forefinger. But it feels a bit unnatural. So I think it needs to be a gradual shift like this along this line, basing off like my hand here. So maybe something more like this. Also, we have this finger or this hand to reference. Like that. So maybe we just need to open it up a little bit more. And the forefinger maybe have it's a bit more open, perhaps. But we can always come back to that hand and get really specific with that hand. But what about the legs?
Maybe a little bit more dangle.
Okay.
As if I guess the knees were the fulcrum point.
Yeah, totally. So holding control, we'll close that up, and then we'll get to those legs here. Straight up matrix right here.
Yeah, it looks sick though.
So something like this. And that light is crushing. That light is like bam. Let me just turn down the bloom. It's like really intense. Get that glare blur up to 1. I guess 0.2 is as far as it goes. Glare amount 1. I mean, we can even angle it too, so it's like straight up, or we can go to the side. I think the side is fine for now. It kind of hides it. So that we have this version. You can store the render buffer and then hide what we just did, reveal the old version, and then we can just kind of like go back and forth between them. So you have this version and we have this version. Kind of like this version.
Yeah, I do too. So what's chat say?
All right, what's the chat say? So do you guys like A? Or do you like B? Also, we have 6 apps to update. All right, so do you like B? Or do you like A? And we can make little tweaks and adjustments on either one. But what do y'all think?
Oh, they're all coming in. B, A, B, 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 A, B, B, A. This is not helpful. Can you set up a poll? A live poll? Is that a thing?
I don't know. Maybe. That'd be really cool.
Is there someone smarter than us in chat that knows how to do anything? A.
If we go A, we have to recenter it. Both are good.
B, B. A looks more funky and I like. B is too horizontal, I think. Well, we're going to end up putting it more in the environment whenever we add cabling and stuff. And I think that'll naturally move it a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, both are good. I wouldn't be disappointed with either. Do a straw poll. Is a straw poll something you can do? You can on Twitch.
Wait,
This is the YouTubes.
All right.
That sounds too advanced for us, man.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna have to read.
This is pretty sweet though. Like I'm digging it. Once we get the wires in, and then we can get some like little techie arm bits or something going too. I think that could be pretty sweet.
Oh, it's a website. I see. Yeah, it's too much work.
All right. What do you think, Casey? Like do you like how this is flat, or do you want to kind of come back to a little bit more of that angle?
This is so hard. They both look so good. I do like how unnatural that looks. It almost looks a little bit more alien abduction-y. As if they're being pulled by their chest by a beam and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one looks as if they're being suspended more naturally, equally across their chest and their pelvis.
For sure.
Dang. Someone said they just created a straw poll. Yeah, but I also got to make my mind up. That's the thing. This is like when you're in your room by yourself, you have to learn how to live with these decisions, and you can't sit on it for too long.
So do you want to go, all right, do you want to go like, you say alien abduction, we can go like super, what's that movie where the kid just goes like, what is that movie?
I don't know.
You remember?
What is this?
This is the movie where there's a horror movie and the kid's like in class and he just goes like, and he smashes his head.
Yeah, Hereditary.
Yeah. We can go Hereditary with it and like turn them all like.
I don't know if I want to torture his body.
Okay.
I don't know, man. B makes more sense, but I think I like A.
Yo.
Compositionally.
I got an idea.
Okay.
All right, shout outs to Grayscale Gorilla. Let's open up their plus library, and this is a texture idea, okay?
Mm.
So we'll go to those straight up. We'll go to these guys, and we'll get a cracked. I don't know if this. Okay, so basically, imagine if let me.
Yo, the Punch VS says, big fan, pwnisher.
Oh, dude, gotcha, son. Gotcha.
Big fan.
Okay, so basically, you do like cracks in concrete, but the cracks are gold. So it's literally like this. Like this, but instead of white, it's concrete. If that makes sense.
Yeah, if it doesn't take long to preview it, I wouldn't mind checking it out. We could even play with the colors a little bit.
We'll get to that later. That's a zoomed in version. That's a zoomed in like micro detail.
Gotcha.
Let's try and get this background looking like something that we like. So we'll work with this body for now. We'll get those wires in. We'll suspend this person up soon. let me actually save this. I think I can store this image 2. So image 1, we can get rid of this, remove selected, remove selected. And then I'll bring back our old version and save that just so we can reference it. So in Octane, you can actually go to compare and you can store it and it'll save it as an image. So we can always keep coming back to it to see if we like it or not, if we want to reference it later. So I'll store it, and that's, yeah, we have image 1 and image 4. Wait, why is it not? Anyway, you know, I got a lot to learn. But we'll close those up for now. We'll just hide those. Bring this guy back in.
Do you care if I make some water real quick?
Go for it, yeah. All right. Let me see if I can mock up this concrete material for Casey real quick. Uh-oh. Save your work. Save often. I know.
Do I need a coaster for this?
No, yeah. You can use this. All right, Casey, what do you want to do for this background, man? Like,
there's so many options. We played with this is the third one. We had the cool cog rotation endless tunnel. We had the sort of like room with an arc in it that looked really cool.
maybe what we can do, like, if we did, let me try this. Let me try to do like a tunnel, train tunnel, subway tunnel. And we can get like a straight on endless tunnel looking thing. Because here's the thing is, like, if there's wires and crap already in the tunnel, then it would make sense that the dude would be hanging from wires.
Yeah, I think the only thing I don't like about that photo are the actual tracks.
Yeah, we don't have to include the tracks. I'm just saying as like a reference, like we could base it off of something that feels like this.
No, I love everything else about it because I don't think you would find this kind of stuff, but not in a subway tunnel.
Dude, there's also Stalker Tunnel. This, dude.
Oh, dude, this movie is so sick.
Yeah. It was like the endless, like this freaking grody chunks, man. You know, so there's something like this too. If we wanted to do something like that, where there's like gross stuff hanging from the ceilings and like everything's all grungy on the walls, you could certainly do that vibe.
It's like gooed up Neo.
Yeah. And you just have to go to town on the textures to make the textures look good. And like this could all just be trash and mud and stuff. But it's not as techy, it's just more grungy, you know?
I think if we had to pick just one, it would be the techie.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the idea, if we have time, to add a little bit of grunge to it. Especially since I think those David Fincher colors already lend itself pretty easily to some grunge. Some texture. What's your graphics card model name?
I'm on the Quadro RTX 6K, I think. Where is it? Yep, Quadro RTX 6K. Which helps out a lot with these intensive renders and whatnot. All right, let me just organize some stuff here real quick. So that's our body, and this is our, let's see, camera. What is this? Wait, this is literally nothing.
somebody says, whatever you decide to do, speed up. But that actually makes me ask the question, because I know sometimes I get kind of slowed down when I have somebody looking over my shoulder too. Like, what is the speed that you're working at right now compared to the speed that you work at when you're by yourself?
Say that again?
Like, is me being here slowing you down because you're trying to serve a vision that's not just yours?
No, honestly, when I work alone, I work a bit slower. I don't mind looking things up. I don't mind Googling things. When I'm streaming, I feel like I need to be on all the time. So I actually will find myself going too fast and like glazing over things that I wouldn't mind just like taking the time to do myself. So it's a weird blend between the two.
It's like when you came over to help me out with the track that we were working on. I felt like I was having to work so fast to keep up, but I would be fixing a lot of those things if you weren't there.
Yep.
I was like, oh, sorry, it sounds bad. I just gotta. Oh, I would do this usually if you weren't here. I'm sorry, but it sounds bad. I would fix it though.
Yeah. No, I definitely have that feeling for sure. But man, this does look good. I'm like happy with the render quality. We can obviously punch up the samples, you know, all that good stuff, and we'll work on the textures and everything. But right now I'm focused on the background. We need to figure out this dang background. Okay, do you like the wet? Well, I guess okay.
If the wet floors would be okay if it makes sense with the background.
Yeah.
So I guess you're right. We need to decide on our setting.
So do you like the tunnel vibe? I guess going back to this stuff. So we kind of had this tunnel like this, and then this is like hanging on black.
Yeah, I love that. I love that lighting.
Yeah.
I love how dramatic it is, the difference between their body stopping the light.
Okay, so then let's set that up real quick then. Let's try and set this up. This is fake volumetric lighting in Photoshop. Let's do it in C4D. So what I'm going to do, let's uncheck the check camera option, zoom out so we can see what's going on. Let me hide. Let me actually finish lighting this. So I'm going to put my lights and my environment. I'm going to call this, I usually call that stuff scene. And then the other stuff, I like to call geometry. So I'll put all that stuff into geo. And then I got my camera chilling here. So, yeah, let's do this. So to get that look, I'm going to go ahead and hide the tunnel. So that's actually considered lights. Looks like we got a super chat.
Yo, hope you're doing well, Clint. Would love for you to work on some airplane cockpit scene, like modeling and texturing. Maybe the cockpit of an A320.
An A320. I have no idea what A320 is. But Moen, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. It always helps out. And yeah, I mean, I did Cardboard Warfare 2.5 a long time ago, and Casey actually did the music for it. So I love airplane stuff. That sounds like fun, doing an interior cockpit scene to set up for a green screen. Like, that could be a good one for next year. So thanks for the idea.
Seguja Michael says, I never like clients to be on my shoulder. Nobody does.
Dude,
I think luckily Clint and I know each other well enough to be like, dude, just hold on.
it's like, this sucks. Dude, this sucks. I heard this story once that I don't know if this is true, but it was like a color correction, like a colorist, and he'd have clients over to adjust the color of everything. And apparently there was a button or like a knob that wasn't hooked up to anything.
I've heard this story.
And like he'd be like, yeah. So you got to move the knob really slowly, but slowly adjust it until you're happy with it. And they would like slowly adjust it, and like nothing would be happening. They're like, yeah, that's good. That's like,
it's like the classic producer story. They just need to make sure that they changed something just so they can tell their friends that they did something.
yeah, they need to feel like they're a part of the creative process.
Yeah. Which they totally can be in a not annoying way.
Totally. Dude, the ho 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 video.
That's such a classic example of that.
If you guys ever get a chance, watch this video. Not this video. What is it called? Santa
Ho, ho, ho,
voiceover. Ho ho ho. Oh my god. Wait. Santa sessions, dude. Watch this video. This is the funniest crap in the world, okay? This is exactly what we're talking about when like everyone has an opinion on on the notes. All the clients, everyone's got notes. All right, this is gonna make your guys' day.
Yeah.
This is so good. Okay, back to it. Let's get this thing going. All right, so this is on black. We need fog if we're gonna do anything volumetric, unless we bust out an Octane Spotlight, which I think comes with volumetrics, if I'm not mistaken.
Can you explain volumetrics to me like I'm 5?
Yeah, volumetrics is basically when the air is thick, like fog, outside, and you shine a light through. Oh!
I'm not gonna hype man this. I'll let you read it.
Thanks, Alex. I appreciate the super chat, dude. Good job so far. Check out the disgusting tunnel and charring cross. Grunge walls, no train track. Oh, he's saying we should. I think. Check out the
disused tunnel in Charing Cross. Google it. Grunge walls, no train track.
Charing Cross. What is Charing Cross?
That sounds like England.
Charing Cross tunnel.
Oh, it's Glasgow. Okay. So I guess still the UK, right?
Huh. Ooh. No, this stuff is great. Yeah, I love this stuff. Big fan of like this grungy tunnel stuff. I literally have like 2 or 3 art books on tunnels.
That's no joke.
Okay, we gotta focus. Focus. But thank you, Sir Alex. I appreciate the super chat. Very helpful. Much appreciated. So volumetrics is when you have the air is thick with fog or with particulate or smoke or whatever, and you shine a light through it and something blocks the light, you're actually going to see the light blocked. Very much like this is kind of looking.
Okay,
right
so
here.
like I was describing, I look how much like it immediately erases the light passing through.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to make an Octane fog volume, put the dude in it. That looks really cool.
Yeah, I know, it's almost like an ice cube.
That looks pretty
freaking
freaking
so
sweet.
easy to be pleased. Like I could have already had like 10 album covers and I would have been happy.
Like, dude, here, what if this is the album cover? What if this is it right here?
I mean, honestly, that looks really sick.
I know. This is the point of versioning. You want to get out as many looks as possible, as quickly as possible, because then the client can just go, and then they're like, I want that.
Honestly, if you could do this and still have some sense of electronics or tech in this scene, I would not be mad at it.
Okay.
At all.
Okay, maybe, I mean, it's the wires probably. The wires and like the arm bits and stuff.
Yeah, dude, damn, that's cool. Yeah, I think so too.
It's pretty freaking sweet. Like, I think the vignetting is a little intense, so we can like bring that down. Do you want to go down this path?
Yes.
Okay. I think we're gonna have to tech them out anyway. We're gonna have to do the wires and the tech anyway. So we might as well try it and see what it looks like here. And then if it's like, this is sick, then we'll do it. But if you're like, nah, I really need that background, we can still do the spotlight look, from here too. This will be easy. It's just doing any sort of like background could take a long time.
I think what I like about what we have right now is that, in a sense, what my song is about is surrendering to a void that you don't know. And I feel like you don't feel the safety of a tunnel here. If he is being suspended by any amount of tech whatsoever, you don't know where it's coming from or why. And I like the fact that volumetric fog thing that we're doing is kind of putting us in that world of a void. You don't know what's beyond or in front or around or anything.
It's really it looks super cool. Like,
yeah,
I'm not just saying
cool.
that.
But I like that we can justify it with the terms of the song. That's
great, even better. All right, so I just took away the vignetting. We can always add it back later in Photoshop. It's just it was a little intense here in Octane. Mm-hmm. I think that is good. I just don't want those hard edges, those hard black edges. So we can tweak the color and everything with the fog volume. So if I go to generate, and we could take first off, to see properly in the viewport, I always hide the Octane, the fog volume in the viewport, so we can maneuver. And then if we go into the medium, click that, open up absorption and scattering, we can mess with these settings. So I think if I crank the scattering phase, I'm gonna do it before I say it because I might be wrong. It's foggier and brighter more towards the source of the light. So if I were to compare this, I'll let this render for like a couple seconds.
Dude, somebody says maybe hibernation in a glass chamber. I don't know why, but that just sounds like the most dope album name. Hibernation in a glass chamber.
Hibernation in a glass chamber.
Like Opeth's latest album.
This reminds me of 9 Inch Nails' Ghosts. You guys remember that, right?
I haven't seen that album cover in a hot minute.
I mean, well, there's different art for it. Like this stuff, you know? It's like super subtle. Really like filmic. Like I love this stuff so much.
That one, third one on the second row.
This
It
one
just looks like an XLR cable gaff taped to a floor or a wall.
I think that is literally that's what it is.
But it looks so good.
It's great, yeah. It looks so sick, dude.
Sing us some acapella sneak peek. I don't sing, Ellie. You don't want to hear that. I just write the music and come up with the melodies and ask people who know how to sing much better than me.
All right, so here's a version with the slider cranked, and then here's a version without the slider cranked. I think this with the slider cranked, so you're getting a lot of that arm. I'd probably want to like bring down that arm. It's really intense. But this is with the slider cranked down here, the scattering phase cranked down, and then this version is with it cranked up. I think I like it cranked up better, but the arm is just too dark. I think there needs to be a bit more, like the fog volume itself would need to be pushed forward towards us just a little bit to cover up the arm hair.
I'm not mad at it, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, let me go back to the fog volume.
Also, I think once we start assigning some amount of color to either the lighting going through the fog or the Android-esque hanging dude we have, it might help with that contrast a bit.
Wow, look at that, dude. That's like way... Okay, so basically...
That's an eye squinter.
Yeah, it's like, I think I see something. You take the density down. So this is that volumetric look that, you know, that we were looking at. Let me get rid of this. You can see how his, like, the light is, you know, being cut off by his body. Volume step length. I never know what the step length is. The volume step length. But yeah, do you like the darker version like this, or did you like the brighter, you know, encased kind of look? And I'll bring the volume back to its original place.
I really like that.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's giving me more of an emotional reaction.
Yeah. And then I can shape this too, like, so we can get very specific with what parts are darker and what parts are brighter, or more faded back into the fog. So we can get specific with that. Tech. So let's add the tech. We want to add the tech. Do we want to do wires? We want to start with some wires maybe? Oh, actually, Sotomonte is a moderator not only on the Discord server, but in the chat as well. So thank you, Sotomonte. Shout outs. He says the volume step length is how long a light ray travels before seeing the volume properties. The shorter the length, the more times light can bounce usually. Huh. Okay. Interesting. So do we want to try with wires?
Yes.
All right. So I had a plugin for an earlier version of Cinema called... God dang it. Because this is totally what it's used for. It's called like... Am I going to have to legit install something on the stream? That would be kind of weird. But maybe not. I don't know. Let's see if I can find it first. It was like it wasn't hoe rope. And it's not most blind. Topo wire. Yes. That's it.
Dude, Kennedy Daddy Longlegs in with the save.
Heck yeah. Topo wire, son. That's what it's all about. C4D plugins, Topo wire. Here it is. All right, I'm going to straight up install this.
Not weird, man. Do your thing.
Read
Ellie
me.
says, what are the camera settings? Like the sensor type, millimeter? Is there a filmic option like in Blender?
Yeah, totally. Here, let me copy paste this, and I'm gonna answer that filmic question because I like to make my stuff look as filmic as possible and cinematic. All right, so let's see. Sorry, I'm installing top of wire real quick. Bear with me. Give me 30 seconds to read this. All right. See program files. We're going in. Max on. Oop, wrong one. Plugins. Hey, are you trying to? Or not really?
Better not.
Okay. No, it's fine.
I really want to. But
We'll be good. We can get out on Sunday.
yeah.
Plugins. Okay. All right, I'm gonna just try this. I'm gonna try dropping top of wire in here. And give it the old restart. Now this is good, Casey, because now we're gonna do work we're gonna do anyway with the wires and the tech. And if you don't like it and you're like, I really need that tunnel, then we'll do the extra work and make the tunnel. But it doesn't make sense to do all the extra work on the tunnel if you know, like, oh, this could be cool. So we'll go down the path of least resistance first, and then if we're not feeling it, then we'll go down. We'll keep going, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so I love this.
Damn, son, this is looking slick.
Thanks, son. Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, son. Dude, if Brett sold a thank you, son, what up, son t-shirt,
Oh my God.
he'd be living in the hills.
Seriously, dude.
I want like 10 of them.
I know. All right, let's restart Cinema because we got that top of wire plugin coming up. Hopefully it works.
Why do you have Epic Games installed? LOL.
LOL.
What, people can't play games? Were you gatekeeping?
No, it's for Unreal Engine, dude. It's so I can.
I have Epic Games installed so I can play Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Dude, Melee, he's the one who Melee Error is the guy who won second place, I think, or I don't know if I did like first, second, third place for international on the contest that we did.
Which was render was his?
The anime, like the really nice anime one in the city.
Oh yeah, no, that was so.
It was
sick.
like
I told
purple
you
and
immediately. I was
blue.
like, dude, I want a music video just like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, yeah, Casey did the music for the render montage, which freaking was so good, dude. I was blown away with that. Okay.
Couple hydro homies.
Hydro homies. H2O bros. All right.
He plays Fortnite secret. I've never played Fortnite, but I wouldn't mind trying it. I put too many hours into PUBG and I was like, all right, it's enough.
Yeah. It's all about that Rocket League though, dude.
Dude, yeah, it's so fun. Plus, if you want to only play for 6 minutes and bounce, you can play for 6 minutes and bounce.
Yep. All right, moment of truth. The top of wire, was it successfully installed? You know what this reminds me? Yes. This reminds me of
Cliff's here. What's up, Cliff?
what up, son? Oh, what up, son?
Rumor has it Brett is working on some Sun t-shirts, sons.
Dude, son.
Dude, 621 reunion in chat.
Heck yeah, son. Okay, so top of wire is not fully supported in R23, but it's janky and it kind of works maybe. All right, I guess. We'll see. I forgot how to freaking use this thing, man. That's the issue. How the heck? Oh, God.
Let's find out.
I'm just going to play this in the background. And I'm going to absorb. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, son.
All right, top of wire tutorials. Here we go. You can do crazy stuff like this. It's exactly what we're going to do. It's what we're trying to do. So let's follow a freaking tutorial. You put a sphere in there. And you light it, and it looks like that. Cool. I feel so bad watching tutorials when I'm supposed to be the one dealing out the tutorials.
No, this is great. I think watching people learn how to learn is really important. One of the best things I learned in college wasn't really so much so how to be a better composer. It was just how to learn faster, how to soak something in and execute it quickly. I think that's what makes the difference between pros and amateurs. You've learned so many times, you know how to learn faster. I think that's a really important thing to display.
Dude.
Even if it's really uncomfortable.
No, that's legit. Speaking of that, I'll bring up one of my favorite books of all time. The Art of Learning.
What's with this?
This book, The Art of Learning, is made. It's by a guy who was a grandmaster in chess, and then he stopped playing chess and transitioned all the things he learned from playing chess to Tai Chi, and then he became the world champion in Tai Chi. Freaking crazy, yeah. So he like just basically got good at learning, got quick at learning, and applied it. And I said all that stuff, but missed out on learning. So let me just go back a little bit.
I was not expecting this level of knowledge.
All right, so look, we're just gonna mess around, and it looks like we're gonna put the we'll put the body in the hoe rope, or the top of wire. Where is it? Where's the body? Where's my bod?
The bodies hit the what?
We'll put that in there. It's like 1, nothing's wrong with me. 2, nothing's wrong with me. 3, nothing's wrong with me. 4, nothing's wrong with me. 5, nothing's wrong with me. 6, nothing's wrong with me. 7, nothing's wrong with me. 8, nothing's wrong with me. 9, nothing's wrong with me.
I'm never gonna be allowed back to another stream.
No, this is great. Oh man. Okay, so we want the cube in the topo wire. But we don't want the body to turn into topo wire. We want to duplicate the body. And now we start adjusting things. But I want it to sag, like I want this stuff to sag. So let me get out of...
Yo, why'd you stop at 9?
10, nothing's wrong with me. 11,
Dude,
nothing's wrong with me. 12, nothing's wrong with me. It's like constant buildup, like 13, nothing's wrong with me. All right, so this is kind of like what we're getting into.
Oh yeah, sick. This is already looking so cool.
I just don't want it to be Geppetto though, like I don't want.
I got no strings to hold me down.
Like I just don't want it to look like some Geppetto business.
I don't think it does.
Okay, cool.
Are you wanting to like literally inject some wires into this poor biped?
I can add like thicker bits of wire.
What makes you think it looks like Geppetto? What's the thing you're trying to avoid? I just want to better understand.
Maybe it's just the one on the leg. Maybe it's just this one right here.
So I like that.
You like this random one?
Yeah, it is kind of random, but I like seeing that pull.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to take the cube and I say, yo, you know what, cube? Don't be affected by any of the light. You're making the scene darker. You're bringing down the vibe. So I'm going to give an Octane tag to the cube, go to visibility, and take it to 0. And that will allow all the light to filter through. First and foremost. I'm going to take the fog slider here under medium. Let's get the scattering. I'm just going to bring that back just a hair to make it a little bit brighter, a little milkier. The hand still bothers me. It's so dark. I think there's a way that we can work on that just a little bit.
Okay.
But we'll get there. I think we'll get there.
I don't mind it. It's fine if you want to tackle. I'm just letting you know it doesn't bother me.
Here's the thing: is like when you squint, when you get this album down to 0.1.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
You want to be able to see clear silhouette, clear image here.
Yeah.
And right now I just see some weirdness.
Random limbs, yeah.
2 weird black little things. Yeah.
Yeah. Allie does this a lot. My wife works in feature animation at the moment, and every time I come in, she's working on this like big 27-inch touch monitor and drawing and stuff. But then I walk away, and she's like, whoosh, it's like an inch, and she's just staring at it, and I'm just like, oh god.
Well, that's what you do with thumbnails too. When we make thumbnails, you want to view it from the angle where you would see it on YouTube. You see it small. You don't see a thumbnail big. So that's another quick classic freaking tip. Look at it from freaking like 0.02 and be like, no, I'm just kidding. That's too small. But that's a good idea. You guys saw.
Yeah, because when someone sees this in Spotify, it's not going to be this big.
Exactly.
It's going to be a little bit more akin to what you were just showing.
Let's get Horope out of here for now. I might need this later. Okay, so what do we want to do right now? Let's mess with the wires just a bit. We can add some sag to it, I think. Oh, thickness. We can go some real thish looking.
That looks like he's caught up in some giant ramen noodles.
Yeah, some udon, dude.
Udon, yeah. That's good. That looks a little bit more power liney.
Okay, cool. And we can do another version of this with thinner ones too. So you have multiple. You have thick and thin. So we could do like another topo wire set, and we go to the seed. We want a random seed. So it's going to be a different amount of wires now. But these wires are going to be 0.2 centimeters. So they're thinner now. So these guys, you just have a bit of like variation to it. Mm-hmm. You can also take the point count down. So you have less thin wires. And then I'm going to work outside of the volume so it renders faster. We can always add the volume back in. Let's get the silhouette going. Let's get the shape going. Mm-hmm. Maybe too many wires. Too many thick wires.
Yeah, too many chonk boys.
Yeah. Okay, so thin and thish.
Do a torus around him and topo wire. I don't know what that means. Make the cube wider.
Yeah, so you can adjust the cube. Here, I'll show you. So we can go 100. And you can adjust the shape of the cube here. And it'll give you a different look. So it's infinite possibilities here. I think there's a way to sag these things. Do you guys know how to sag these? Oh, they're saying, what if the wires were made of light?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I'd have to just see it. Whoa. What was that?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
What happened?
Hang on to your butts. I set it to vertex instead of count.
What does that mean?
It means it's going to draw a wire to every point on this body.
Whoa, that actually looks so weird.
It looks like knit. Yeah. All right, let's go back to random. Yeah, no, there's definitely too many wires. I think right now there's too many wires. That's crazy looking, dude. With like in the head, that's brutal.
I kind of like it.
So you can change the seed, and we just find one that we're like, yeah.
That's not too bad.
13. Do you want to take a notepad and write down?
Here, I'll just 13. Nothing's wrong.
We did leave off on 13.
All right, 13.
All right, 13.
Uh, 20.
20.
All right, no. All right. I don't know.
Like these are all okay. Like they're not. It's not perfect yet. That's not the worst.
I'll make a note. 26. 13 plus 13.
Yes, guys. Oh, thank you, Sebchan. Yeah, I'm using the RTX Quadro. That's not bad.
Well, we'll be at 31.
So
Yeah, I'm digging that. This looks a lot like the album cover from Korn, The Nothing.
uh-oh.
Let's check it out.
Uh-oh.
Korn, Korn, The Nothing.
What if it's literally?
No, I think we all right. I think we all right. It's not in fog.
He's made of wires, though.
That's pretty sick.
It is very cool. And he's facing down. He's facing down, okay?
Yeah, I don't think Jonathan Davis is gonna come for us. We all right.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Thanks for that check, though. Sometimes you gotta check.
You never know. This is like the reverse Korn album.
Yeah.
It's the dark version. Okay. This one's not bad. I like this one. This is 31. You want to write down 31?
Yeah, sorry. I think I already have that one. Yeah, I do. 13, 26, and 31.
So I wonder if there is a way. Let's see. N-Rock?
Cliff just spelling corn backwards. No, I'd call my band Carrots and spell it with a K.
Carrots and peas. Let me check this thing out real quick because I know you should be able to like sag these wires, and because they're dynamic. That's the thing, is these wires are dynamic, and that's a big draw for topo wire, is the fact that they're all dynamic. So you can take wind and stuff. Here we go. There, that's what I'm looking for. The sag. You want that sog, dude.
It's like curvature slider. Oh, you can add tension? Because right now it's pulling it from 0 to a negative, but it's a bipolar slider.
Oh, and then you pinch them. This is what we need. That's what we need. Those are the settings I was missing out on. Transform. Just disappear. Let's try it again. Why? Why you do this to me? Maybe if we, instead of a giant freaking sphere, it's just a point. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me hide that. Why is that hidden?
Complex topology, probably.
Why is this? So if we, let's see, essentially just make it come from like a, no, that doesn't work. This needs to be scaled up. It's pretty intense from the neck.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Why is it just disappearing when I bring down that curvature? Is it because there's not enough points? I don't get it. So we can also like sag it like this too, you know? Like drop them down a bit more.
Mm.
Any thoughts on this vibe right here? If we bring the fog back in and we make the fog, or we make the wires made of light. That looks so weird. I don't know if I like that. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, I think I would prefer them to be solid.
So here's the thing. You see how the wires are moving forward towards the camera?
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to move it so that they're kind of going back. We don't want the wires to be super dark. You know, so they're falling off
Right.
into the background. And then we can take the volume and open it up just a bit so it's a bit thicker.
Going to need some naan with that sag. Dude, I wish.
Is that what someone said?
Yeah, gonna need some naan with that sag.
Dude, seriously, man. I gotta go down
some
to...
sag paneer and some garlic naan right now.
So good.
Some mango chutney.
Ooh. So good. It's like they're almost pressed up. It's like he's pressed up against glass or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we could take the body and rotate all of this just a bit so it's like...
Oh no, close said Debo passed away.
Debo?
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's sad.
Wait, is Debo from Friday?
Yeah. What bike? Oh, you know, man, the beach cruiser. Oh, that bike. He just launches it.
Dang, we gotta watch Friday now, dude.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's sad. I saw someone post that clip the other day on Twitter. I guess now I know why.
That sucks. All right, Casey. How are we looking? How are we feeling? What do we need? Do we need less wires? Is it too...
I'm fine with the wire count.
I don't know why that's... Or do we need to, like, make them not as thick?
I think if we were going to do we have it mixed up like you said, like some thick, some thin?
Not yet. So if we did the thick ones here, okay. If we did a 50 count. See, I want to get rid of that. This line right here, which you can always do in Photoshop too. You can get in there and like get the specifics.
Does top of wire let you grab a specific
No.
wire?
No, it does not. It's kind of just like messing around. So this is something that like you can mess around with endlessly, is getting these wires right. And that might be something that we do, you know, on our own time. Or maybe we do it here if this is all that needs to be done. But let's try and get some thin wires going too, okay? So those thin ones might be too thin. We can move the thin ones like way down.
I would like to see a little bit more of the absence of light underneath him, kind of like in your Photoshop.
Got it. Yeah, okay.
I guess make it more volumetric.
Yeah, we'll I think it's because the bounce light, I might have a floor. I have this floor and it's bouncing light back up. So I'll turn that off.
I see. Dude, even that looks cool.
Yeah. If you give it a little bit of subsurface scattering, it could look nice too. All right, so let's turn the fog back on. And let's just see where our light is coming from, because the direction of the light could also, it looks like it's, we can turn these off. So this is the current direction of the light coming down like this. If you top light it, so crazy looking, dude.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like underwater.
Dude, can we just make like 20 album covers real quick?
Seriously.
This is so hard.
So I need to change out the IES profile.
Like I like the fade on this one a lot more. I like the fact that you see less at the bottom, even though I would still like to exaggerate the absentee of light directly underneath the body. But that looks so cool.
So you could take the thickness down to like 50. Maybe. I'd like to see the back arm going
Yeah, same.
a little bit more. And yeah, there's just a million different ways to light this, you know.
Dang, this is hard.
It is hard.
Because the other one looked really great, but this one also looks really great.
So maybe you get those B-sides, you know?
Yeah.
How about this? How about we kind of split the difference? Because I do prefer the backlight.
Mm-hmm.
So we can get it to something like... And we can always add a gradient on the bottom in Photoshop too, if you like that look. Let's see. Oh. Here's a trick. Here's a fun trick, guys. So if I make a null object and I put the null object basically inside the body, and then I select the light, the Octane light, and I right click and I give it a target tag, animation tags target, and then you put the null object as the target, and the light will always point at that null object. So wherever we move this, the light will go, and we can, you know, move this around, and it'll constantly be looking at our subject. Yes. Yes.
Someone said save. Dang, that looks so sick over here.
Yeah. All right, we can move the camera. I want to center up the camera.
What is this going on? We're doing album art.
Yeah, we're making album art for Casey's next single. It's coming out soon. Yeah, look him up on Spotify. Casey Edwards. Bam, right here. Got a lot of good tracks. He did some Devil May Cry music throughout the year, and some singles throughout the year. Good stuff. If you guys are into, what would your genre be?
I can't even. Most of it's rock and stuff for the video games, but for my own stuff, I have minimalistic pop and industrial dark pop. I don't know. I write a lot of classical music too. I don't really like to pigeonhole myself too much. But Spotify is definitely mostly rock and pop.
Rock and pop.
Rock and pop.
All right, let's move everything over. Yeah, center it up. All right, so our vignette is really intense right now. Let's get rid of highlight compression for a second. Get rid of the vignette for a second, because we're kind of getting a natural vignette with the light. But let's hop out here and let's get this light blasting a bit more juice into our scene. And I might be able to mess with the fog settings. Now we're missing the body. We're losing it. It's getting worse. That's why you save iterations so you can go back.
Right.
Yep, you can mess with this stuff endlessly. All right, let's try saving. And yo, what up, Chris? Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate, man. Always appreciate the support. Thanks for the help. Yeah, that's like 2 or 3 kombuchas right there, dude. Thank you.
Evolver Interactive. Nice.
Yeah, he's legit. He's like super legit.
Too legit to quit.
All right, I think it's getting worse, Casey.
Yeah, I definitely like the other lighting better.
So let's see if we can't get that back, and if not, then we're screwed. No, we just gotta
delete, start over. What time does stream go to?
Whenever it's done, however long.
All right.
Just chilling.
What happened with the cracks on the body? They can emit light. Yeah, I feel like we'll get to that eventually.
Definitely. Yeah, we're just working on our silhouette and our lighting right now.
24-hour stream? Nah, I'm good.
Same. All right, so I feel like the framing on this isn't right. I feel like if you squint, what do you think? Larger? Smaller? Left,
Yeah,
right, up,
I
down?
like it when you make it smaller because I can visualize more album art.
I mean like the body itself.
Too close to camera, take it further away.
Yeah,
we
what
can
kind of?
experiment with that. I don't think it needs to be closer, that's for sure.
I don't think it needs to be closer. What do you think? Move to the right a touch? Oh, too much.
I do want the title of the song on the album art.
Ah, okay, there you go. So
probably gonna change your composition up a little bit.
maybe a little bit, yeah. Do you want it like center, bottom?
That I'll leave up to you. I think the composition of it I'll leave up to you, and font type.
Oh man, you're leaving the font up to me
You
too,
did such a good
son?
job with appetite. Like I feel like you nailed it on the first. Like you grasped the purpose of the genre and the way the art style was going, and then you just plopped it in. I think I was happy with your V1.
Okay, so here's what I'd be referencing. There's a guy named Mount Shrine. Album art. And he does like this kind of style. Where it's like if you look at the text and
Super clean.
yeah, super clean, and it's like lower center
Mm-hmm.
or top center. I like that style personally. Where you have it like center either up or down.
Can you look up Bring Me the Horizon album art?
Yeah.
Just want to see what they do. So far, literally no text.
Nothing. Huh?
Clean.
That's weird. Why is it angled like that?
Because it's edgy. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm mostly just seeing a lot of abstract stuff.
We can try it. We can actually do it in 3D too. I mean, just to have it in here, we can see what it looks like. So let's do Motext. Motext, son.
I love how instantly it like fits into this like complex looking render.
Whoop.
Just a giant T there now. It's
All
like
right.
he's just resting his head on it.
All right, what you wanted to say?
Vacant surrender.
Is that how you spell it?
Yes.
Just wingdings?
Not papyrus.
Papyrus?
Yo, can we get Comic Sans?
God. All right, so you see how it's busy? Like,
Yeah.
it's really busy. I don't want any too much thickness to it.
Yeah, same.
Because that looks bad.
I think the bottom's the best place because I don't want it to interrupt with the wires either. Now that I see this, it's either that or we would break up the words to be in like this box, like vacant surrender, or we would just do vacant surrender.
Yeah, you could also make it white. Give me like 2 seconds depth. 0.
Is it like a faux pas to do vertical text?
Like vacant surrender?
Yeah, either that or you literally just and you would have to.
Might be a little weird.
Yeah, I think so.
We can mess with it though. Like this might be something in Photoshop, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But we can at least see just as a quick test here what it would look like. Let's just get a font that doesn't suck.
What are your go-to fonts?
The bold font is a good one. I like that one a lot.
Whatever you do, don't use face your fears. I don't know what that is. Is that like some like fake horror chicken scratch?
So I like the smaller font, and we can bring it forward. And then we could make it glow.
Dude, somebody called JJ.
Abraham. And you want to just tone it down enough so that it just emits like enough to be white, you know? Especially too, I think if you have like a vignette at the bottom. Let me see if I can fake this. This is going to be dumb.
Somebody has an idea that's semi-cool, but I don't know if I want to mess with it.
Okay, what do you think?
Maybe the wires come from the text. That might be a bit much.
We can try it. They come from underneath? Or the wires are on top?
I think it would be like vacant. The text is the puppeteer.
I got
text
you.
Holds the wires. I don't know. That might be a bit much for me. I kind of like how they're coming out of the void.
Let me try this first. But the idea here is to use a plane close to camera to give us a vignette. And if we set our... Wait, how would this work?
I'm going to grab some more water. Do you need any?
Sure. Thanks.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, what we could do is we could give this plane under the opacity. If we go to the opacity, we can actually give it like a gradient that goes from alpha or just black to white. So opacity, and we'll do, what would it be? Would it just be straight up gradient? Yeah, and we flip it. Thank you, son.
Yes.
And we flip it upside down. How does this work? There it is. Okay, so you have a gradient going, and we just put this. We get the text like really close to camera, basically. And we get rid of all of our depth of field because we're not really using it anyway. So thin lens, I'll just set this to infinite. And it doesn't update because we don't have check camera checked. So we'll do that. Hop back in and then scale down the mo text and scale up our gradient card. And I think it's too bright. So let's see, we'll go in here, go to the emission and set it to 100 or something. Or I don't know, 50. 0. So kind of like this could kind of be the vibe, you know? The only thing I don't like is it cuts off his foot. I want to see the foot. Also, let's hide the plane in the viewport by clicking this top little stoplight, turn it to red. Now this is where the second dude comes in, because you might straight up be able to get past this text problem. Oh, wait, what? Huh? There he is. I like the other body shape better.
Same. This looks a little too tabletop-y.
Yeah,
The other one's a little more dynamic.
Yeah. I just want to get that second arm back in. So maybe what we do is we just, bring the body, honestly, all the geometry. I can get rid of our floor here. And we'll just move all this geometry up just a bit. So we get the leg in there. I think the text is too thick. So you could come in with like Couture, I think, is a good one. You can't type it.
There it is. Couture.
Why'd it go dark? That's weird. I don't understand. Problem solving. So much of computer work is problem solving. Let's try to refresh it.
Give it like 0.1 thickness, it might be glitching.
Okay. Look at this guy, dude.
Hey.
Visual.
Visual, that makes way more sense.
He also won the international
Which one was his?
render contest. His was the monk walking through the village with like
the giant snake in the background. Oh, dude, that is so sick.
Yeah.
There's so many good renders. I think we talked about that one quite a bit though.
That was an amazing.
Such a good one.
It was like one of my favorites out of everything.
Dude, I hope one day I have enough budget in my music career to hire all of you guys to do music videos for me. So many good visuals.
All right, what are we feeling? What are we feeling with this right now, Casey? Do you feel like we're missing the top part of his body? We're missing the silhouette of the body a little bit? Like we might need to separate some of these wires from let's see. Let me turn off the fog for a second.
Compositionally, do you feel like the text has to be there, or do you think it's okay to bring a little bit of the top wire back in if we push everything down a little bit? Or do you think that's going to throw off, the text placement would throw off your composition too much?
You're saying bring down the geometry?
Everything.
Even the text?
Yeah. That way we don't lose that foot. Because I think you're right. I don't want to lose that foot either.
Yeah. That's not bad. I would probably just do a different, maybe a different font. I'd make sure it's included in like the film grain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not bad at all.
I like that body placement. If
yeah.
we're going to fit the text there.
I do too.
Okay.
Yeah, I do too. I just want to get the arm back in. I'm wondering if we can just take the wires here and move them over, because I'm feeling like I'm missing out on the silhouette of the limbs just a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that right arm's gone pretty much completely.
Something like this. You know what I mean? Like that does not look good because of this wire here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like a lasso. Sorry, everybody's over here hitting up visual with those hot compliments. I feel like we should be doing the album cover for Casey Edwards for the weekly challenge, free of cost. Yeah, I don't want to get involved in that. That sounds like a legal matter waiting to happen. Though I'm sure you guys would all kill it. I don't have fancy NVIDIA graphics cards to offer as a wonderful reward. Plus, every artist deserves to get paid for their work. Value yourself.
It's true. It's true. It feels weird. It feels weird though, because it's like, you know, we did a contest, and then we put them together into a montage, which turned into a video, which is doing so well, by the way. It's like, it's blown up. It hit the front page of YouTube.
Mm. I think that's a little bit different. I've still done competitions today. Like if there's something that I want or something I want to show off or something I just want to prove to myself and or practice,
mm-hmm.
I'll still do competitions. But when it comes to if I were to reach out to you, let's say you've never heard of me, and I'm like, hey, make me an album cover or a music video, I think the first question you should say is, what's your budget?
Mm. Yep.
And then if you feel like it's worth doing it for free for the, God, I hate this word, exposure or the practice for yourself, then that's for you to determine at a personal level. Some people at the highest, like some of the highest composers in the world, will spend their money to hire orchestras. It's a lot of money. But they'll do it because they really want the job and it means a lot to them. So that personal gain is 100% up to you to determine, but please always consider yourself and your financial situation and what you think you deserve.
That's very true.
It's important.
That's what's his name? Remember I was like, how do I quote someone on VFX?
Oh, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike had a great thing that I heard a long time ago. It was like Getting Paid 101. And he was basically just trying to teach everybody their worth and how to approach that conversation without feeling awkward about it.
I have it somewhere on my computer. I'm not going to play it, but like I have that voice clip saved somewhere. Because I was like, what do I charge for this VFX job? And I was like, do you think Mike would have, it was like Casey's mentor? Would you say he mentored you at a point in life? Or would you say friend or just like colleague that you look up to a lot?
I'd say it's all of those things. Anytime I have a hard-hitting question, I'll ask him. He's like 15 years further into his career than me, and he's seen and done a lot. So
yeah, the dude's legit, and he just sent me, like, instead of responding through email, he just freaking recorded himself on his phone and sent me the voice clip within 10 minutes, and it was basically, like, I listened to it a while ago, but it was basically like, you have to charge the max price, especially if you don't know the person. If it's not for a friend, if it's just like someone randomly out of the blue, like, charge max price, and, you know, because that's what you're worth, you know. And don't be afraid to do that. If you know you can do it, you can do it. And like you're a specialist. Not a lot of people can do what you can do. So don't be afraid to charge that price, you know? That's what he was saying. God, this looks pretty freaking sweet, dude.
Yeah. I think another thing is nobody's ever going to come back to you and be like, oh, dude, thank you so much for doing it for such a cheap price before. We've doubled your rate. That's never going to happen.
Yeah, it's like you did it for $1,000 and we know that cost, like, that was like such a hit on you and like you gave us a deal. we're gonna give you 3,000 this time. Like, no, they're gonna be like, hey, can we get that deal again?
Yeah. Hey, you did it last time for this much. Can't you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why even if you do give them a discount of some sort, make sure you show it in your invoice, the full price, and then you put that discount down on paper.
That's a good one.
Did we just turn this into like a different stream?
Yo.
Yeah, no, this is looking sick. Should we get back into that yoga Skillshare?
Yeah, dude. So the only way to get more of that arm is to decrease the fog thickness. But by decreasing the fog thickness, we flatten out the image. It's kind of tough. But we can try it. So
I like now we can at least see.
Like, there's something back there.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. Where's my fog? Here, I'm literally sitting on it right now. Let's go in here and take the step length. It was on 4 by default, and the density, if we come to 25.
Give the arm its own slightly emissive material.
Oh my god.
That sounds difficult.
Whoa, that's crazy looking. That doesn't look like a person anymore. From this angle, it does not look like a person. 65. Oh, the step length was doing that. Huh. Billy, that's a great question. So you got your first job through Instagram, but you think you undercharged them? How do you determine your price? God, that's the hardest question, dude. Well, for me, I will ask friends, hey, what do you charge for this? What do you charge for that? What do you charge for your time? I guess the first question is, can you do the job to their standard? Can you do it? And if you can do it, then you have some I don't know, you got the ball in your court, because you can deliver. So charge them something. I don't know. It's so tough to give an answer to that. It's like, what's the job and what's your skill,
I mean, I did a video game earlier this year, a Devil May Cry Special Edition. But obviously, we work with them and charge the amount that they can pay. They're a big corporation, so it's usually a bigger budget. And then later in the year, I finished up a puppeteered Halloween short film. I put just as much effort, soul and heart into that as anything else, and that was like a 100th of that paycheck from the big corporation. But I did it for me. That was something that I wanted to do, both for my own personal enjoyment and for something that was missing from my portfolio that could help me maybe get that job one day again later on. So I don't think I devalued myself because I had the conversation with them early on about how much it costs to get something like that done, but that I would be willing to do it for X amount of dollars because of what it meant to me personally.
Yeah, it's like there's the difference between a passion project and a job. Not to say that, the big job you got was just a job. It was still super fun. You learn a lot. But yeah, there's a difference. It's like, would you do this for less? If they're going to try and charge you less because they know you're going to be passionate about it, that sucks. Like, then they'd be taking advantage of you.
Yeah.
But if they're like, dude, honestly, this is all I have. Like, this is the most I can pay you. And we're friends. And here you go. Like, and that's a personal thing. Are you going to have fun? Are you going to learn a lot? What can you take away from it?
Mm-hmm.
All that good stuff. Lots of questions to be answered.
How is it going to represent you when you're done with it? If you're doing it just for money and you hate the project and it looks bad and your name's on it, kind of wasn't even worth the one fraction of the cost you would have charged.
Absolutely. 100%. All right, so you're not really seeing these thin wires from this tiny angle. Maybe once we get like a full render of it, we will. But a quicker way to do this actually is to go like 200 by 200 and set this back to 1. unlock it, hop back in. So that's full size, 200 pixels by 200 pixels. And it's still going to take a minute to... Wait, that's 250... That's 2,500 samples? Why is this so noisy?
Is Casey paying you in free refills?
No, we barter. We trade back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey helped me out with the music for some stuff. I help him out with some art on some stuff. And, you know, we know each other pretty well, so it goes back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Was I supposed to say that?
Yeah, I think we both told each other yes and no in the past.
Yeah.
It's fine. Sometimes you got the time, sometimes you don't.
All right, Casey, what do we do?
I think at this point maybe we can just play around with color a little bit.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, we can also add like a robot arm or a robot leg.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that earlier. How much effort you wanted to put into the androiding-esque idea? I like it already, but I think it would be cool to try.
So we could, I mean, all we're looking for is like silhouettes. So maybe let's mess with color first.
Okay.
Yeah, let's mess with color first. Man.
So I assume Devil May Cry bucks will be a lot more dough than a personal passion bucks.
Yeah,
Sure.
Depends. I don't know.
It really depends.
All right. Let's try color. Let's try getting our color down, and then we can do. Let me see here.
Do we want to keep this like this character of ours like android cream colored, like Ex Machina white kind of deal?
Well, as soon as you add, if you throw a white texture on this dude, it's gonna kind of take away from the silhouette just a bit, or it could. Versus if you give him a black texture, if we just go straight to black. Let me figure out why. It's very grainy. So the fog will make things very grainy. I want to see if I can't get a look quickly. So we're going to try 500 samples, but we're going to add the denoiser. So in the camera tag under camera imager, you can check the denoiser and switch to the denoised view. Maybe at the re-render. Why isn't that denoised? I don't know. I wonder if it's this text is causing a lot of... Why is it still adding the text? Sometimes Octane just glitches, you know?
Tick the denoise volume.
I did. Oh, denoise volumes.
Did everybody tick denoise, tick denoise, tick denoise? Tick denoise volumes.
I have to probably mess with the samples.
Can't wait for the chat reaction to all those noises.
Blech. But yeah, I'm gonna render this at like 1 million samples. So you're not gonna see all this in here. I feel like the noise just started. It just came out of nowhere, didn't it? You feel that way? All right. Anyway, color. All right. We want to work on color. How do you want to add color to this?
Should we add color with the color light already on top?
Well, there's color correction where you can change the color of the overall look and color correct it, right?
Yeah.
And then there's color in the scene. So if we were to do color correction, like then we would just be messing with, different. Let me make sure. Let me actually save a new version. So we're on. What the heck?
Add the volume resistance. That should solve it.
Add volume resistance? What is that? Google it.
Google it.
Volume resistance. I don't know what that is.
We'll see if they come back with some hot tips.
They probably will. Okay, but yeah, color-wise, Casey, we can just go through these different LUTs and like figure out which one you like.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just tabbing through. And I can always change the saturation and the contrast and stuff.
Okay.
If you just like a certain color.
We can keep going.
2 seconds.
Billy says, what feeling do you want to convey? Maybe it will help you with the color choice. Most of the song is industrial, rock, metal, cold, sort of centered around the idea of being lifeless, which is where we got the suspended figure from. So that's kind of the vibe we're going for. Industrial, tech, death.
I mean, you could. I like how this saves our contrast.
Mm-hmm.
It gives us allows us to see all of the parts,
Okay.
and then we could add a cool, like a little bit, or you can go with that greenish.
That Fancher.
Cool. It's like mixed with. It's like both,
Mm-hmm. Purple.
Blue would be opposite of blue is orange, right?
Yeah, it's looking a little purpley right now. That is very blue.
That's super blue. So just bring down the saturation.
Blue.
I mean, that's subtle. This can all be done in Photoshop too, but like that's super subtle.
Can I see it with a little bit more of that David Fincher green?
Yes, that'd be like. Let me just go. Let me max it out. I usually like to max out my colors, so I know where I'm at.
I think maybe a little bit more to the right. Oh wait, never mind.
So I get the color right, and then I desaturate.
That's pretty chill. That's definitely that green tone. That like, what was the movie we were looking at earlier? The radioactive like tunnel.
Oh, Stalker.
Yeah, that's the kind of vibe that I get.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at this color. I don't know if that's accurate to their color, but. Industrial tech ... death. Yeah, I was trying not to sound too emo when I said that. I don't think I did a good job. Reminds me of the album cover for 9 Inch Nails with teeth.
Is that the name of the album?
Type in N-I-N teeth. Get them canine. Canine teeth. I'm not saying teeth.
With teeth. That's the name.
Ah, I see. Yeah, it's kind of got that. What is that called? Photo burn. Or is that gradient where it goes like from copper to like deep blue green to.
It's just whatever, It's like a a film streaks, film fade kind of stuff. We can add that. We can add all that stuff in Photoshop. But yeah, no, this is a vibe. I don't know if you're feeling this at all.
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Sweet. So other than this, what should we do?
I don't know if this is another Photoshop thing. I would like to see a little bit more of that absentee of light.
Yeah. Okay. So I think
underneath
we could certainly do that in Photoshop. To get that look. No, it is possible though in C4D. So we could save this as a version and mess around with that absentee of light. So I think what I'm gonna do here is, let's zoom in.
And maybe this isn't for today. I think the only other question I would ask you is, what is one other tech element we could add to this without ruining it?
Like this leg could be a robotic leg.
Mm-hmm.
Same for the arm. I think that could look kind of cool.
Okay.
I don't know if it'd be going too far, but the leg is kind of the first thing you see.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty subtle.
You know,
what you drew up with like the being connected by like a single rod in the center. I think that was pretty subtle.
Oh, you're talking about like this?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not too on the nose.
Got you. So real quick, what was I gonna do before I did robot leg? I was gonna do something else. The light. Okay. So yeah, let's try and get this. What?
I love that was the YouTube algorithm.
Oh.
That's funny. Make it so he's getting sucked up by a vacuum cleaner. Well, it's like in Spaceballs.
Spaceballs,
right?
yeah. I was literally thinking that same thing. All right, so the light, I think maybe instead of a IES light, which is a light profile that makes it look like a kind of like a spotlight or display light. Let's.
Oh, this guy says make it. No, sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. Like if one limb would be half ripped off and cables coming out. That might be a bit.
You lose the silhouette then.
Yeah.
You know.
I like the idea, but I think it's those kind of ideas might start to lose themselves in the composition we've already set up.
For sure. So I'm gonna move this way up, like way up.
What is it we're moving?
The light.
Okay.
So it's pointing right down. I'll turn it on. Zoom me in. That's so crazy looking, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
And I'm gonna change it from. I'll just change it to a normal light.
Casey, what DAW do you use? I've been really fascinated with Ableton for the past year now. I use Cubase, but Ableton is also a very, very good DAW. So yeah, if it works for you, man, just keep using it. Whoa, that looks intense.
You can't even see anything.
I know, but you can a little bit.
Barely.
I think that's what I like about it. You're like, oh, dude, what is that?
It looks underwater.
Yeah, it does.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, let's see, I have pictures, internet inspiration. It's in here somewhere. Let me see if I can slap this. This.
Oh, I love that color scheme.
That color. Yep.
That is sick.
Yeah.
I don't need it to be so grungy, like the splotchiness of it.
Yeah.
But I love the color.
Yeah, I think the color is super cool. That would be a Photoshop thing, I think.
I think that rust orange is a great complement to that David Fincher green that I keep calling it. Dude, David Fincher just hops into your live stream.
Hey, he's like, hey, big fan.
Stop saying my name.
Huh. I wonder why I'm not getting the volumetric look. If anyone has any ideas as to why I'm not getting that volumetric look, let me know. So I'm scaling up the volume. Maybe it's the scattering or something? I don't know.
Add volume absorption.
More absorption. So if I just bring that up. make this more of a point light, so scale it down. And if we get rid of the fog, you know, it looks like this. And we just blast it. That looks pretty cool too.
Yeah.
But with the fog, oh, the body has a texture on it. Oh, that's why. It's because it's on this stuff. I get it. And we'll turn the fog back on.
How about some Ghost in the Shell type vibe? I think we referenced.
Yeah, we did. We did reference some Ghost in the Shell. Dude, that's so creepy and ghostly looking.
Mm-hmm. We referenced also, I asked Clint to check out Control. I haven't played the game yet, but some of the album art, or not album art, some of the concept art for that game is really sick. Shout out to composer Martin Stig Anderson. He did Inside and a bunch of other really good game soundtracks. He's so good.
All right, let me see if I can just open up. Let's see. 3D models. I should have the Bosstown robot in here somewhere. Bosstown. All right, that leg will not work for us. We need the Petman one.
There he is, Pengy Petman.
Petman.
It's Petman. Ooh. What up, Petman?
Petman. This is the Bosstown 2 leg.
Oh, right.
So we can grab like, you know, all of this stuff. It might be too thick. But we essentially copy that.
Am I going to get a text from Nico in a minute? It says, get out of my assets.
So those are my assets. I textured the crap out of that thing. It took a long time.
It looked really good, though.
All right, let's see.
Did you even have Joe Rogan?
Dude, Joe Rogan. Fooled him.
Jogan?
All right, I'm going to get back to our original light real quick. Leg and...
I've read like 20 comments about making the cables emissive. We looked at it.
Yeah, we tried.
It wasn't the jam.
What did I change? All right, so here's the thing. Here's what I do versions. You open the previous version. Oh no, where am I saving these to?
I've done that before. Personal.
Okay. So you open the previous version when it was looking better, when you didn't screw it up, and then you go from there.
I like where we're headed, though. I feel like this is a really, really solid direction.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, I can't do that. Oh, I had that one small pop. Oh, yeah. Okay. Always back.
Okay. Let's get the leg in. Cool. And then we need to... Let's go back to full frame. All right. And we'll uncheck the check camera option so we can hop out of the camera and like start adjusting some stuff. So I want to move the anchor point of this guy up. So I'm gonna hit L to toggle this little axis center, move it up to the top, and then now we can move it and rotate it from this point. I'm gonna get it on the knee, which happens to just perfectly line up like that, I guess. And we'll rotate it. My only concern with this robo leg is that it's too thick. I want to see through it, but we'll see. Scale it down.
That's what I say. Keep like a RoboCast.
and then we'll take like this foot piece, which technically should rotate from here.
It wasn't Bosstown Dynamics just bought out by Hyundai?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think I read the other day that Bosstown Dynamics was bought out by Hyundai.
Are you serious?
Yeah, let me make sure I'm not making this up. Maybe they bought somebody else and I'm getting that mixed up. Yeah, Hyundai to acquire Boston Dynamics for nearly $1 billion.
What?
2 days ago.
A car company.
Yeah. I think Hyundai is a Japanese car company, right?
Hyundai's thing is Korean.
Oh, they are?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, the Korean brand. Yeah, you're right. Makes sense. Hyundai. Yeah. I thought that was pretty crazy, though. I didn't think they would ever let go of that tech.
Yeah, no, that's insane. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to essentially get rid of this leg on the person. So we're going to use that with a bool object, I think is the way to do it.
Wouldn't we keep the foot and get rid of the shin?
Are you saying a human foot?
Yeah.
We could.
Kind of like how you had it in your thing. I like the idea of a human foot still. And then we just get rid of like knee to ankle.
Yeah, we can try different versions quickly.
Bullet. Is that like Boolean?
Mm-hmm. Yep, just like that.
Oh. I wonder if it means the same thing as it means in programming.
You're using something to cut something out, essentially.
I guess that makes sense. In programming, 0 is false and 1 is true. Boolean is meant to be a 0 or 1 binary true or false statement.
So we're going to use the cube to cut out the leg. So wherever the cube is, there will be no leg.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
If cube is here, equals 1, cut. Yeah, I could see that being the same thing. Yeah, same as programming. There you go. Thanks. It's been a while. I go by Zach.
All right, so we're going to take...
So it won't take grabbing that dinner. Enjoy.
E, F, G...
Dude, you need to get you a little side chat hype man.
I do, man.
You should get Kim in here one day. I think that'd be hilarious.
I don't know if she'd enjoy that.
Probably not. That's why I think it was hilarious.
Yeah. This is so much better with two people. Oh my god, dude. It's like I have someone to talk to. I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. It helps to have you like reading chat stuff too.
Yeah, I'm doing my first live stream tomorrow, and I've done a few test live streams, and it's like I'm literally in a room just yelling at myself in my computer, and yeah, it feels weird.
I'm excited. Oh yeah, so Casey, you are streaming tomorrow. What time?
1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be talking about music production and mostly going over some of the stuff that I did for the Devil May Cry franchise.
And that is on your YouTube channel, which
YouTube.com/Casey Edwards.
Yeah, boy. That'll be tomorrow at 1. Sweet. Heck yeah, I'm gonna tune in for it. You guys should too if you're looking into music production and all that good stuff. All right, that looks like a cast. That definitely looks like a cast.
Mm-hmm.
So if we hide the robo leg, that's what we get.
That's pretty sick.
So what we could actually do, I know what we could do. We use topo wire. We use topo wire to get up in there. So we'll do linear topo wire, and we'll say, let's do, so that point, let's see if we can make a cube here, scale it way the heck down, bring it out of the null. So that we have a cube sitting right here at the base. And then we want to duplicate this cube.
Put it up in his knee.
Hold control, put it up in the knee. So that's the spawn points, essentially, of where the wires are going to come out of. And then what we can do is select both of those, make a topo wire. I'm hitting Shift-C, and that'll allow you to look up anything in Cinema 4D. Double-click that, put them in there. Let's hide the other wires just so we can like get a better sense of what's going on. And we can scale up. Let's also hide the bones. Let's hide all that stuff.
We don't need no bones.
I'm going to scale up the leg one here. And same for the ankle. And then all we really need to do, actually, if we put, well, let's give it a shot. Let's just take this down to 20. We do need to move it up. So I'm going to move this a little further up into the leg. And I'll move this cube further into the foot. And I'm going to set these to linear. So it's just drawing a straight line. And number. What is number? Let's adjust. I think we got to go real subtle with this. So you can literally set that to like the minimum amount of when we start seeing things. And we'll use render region to speed up this process. Like that's kind of starting a little bit.
Yeah, especially since you have like one cross segment. That's starting to help.
Yeah. And then
attachment points.
We could take the whoa. You can just open that up a little bit.
Like robo-cankles?
Robo-cankles. Thickness, we can make udon legs, dude.
Yep.
We'll set the 0.5. And we can also adjust so it gets like skinnier at the base.
Towards the ankle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Is there a way to make it to where also the attachment gets thinner? Oh, actually.
Oh wait, no, it's doing. It's a mix of thin.
It still looks good. What about like bringing it to where the knee is attached to the outside like it is, but instead of being attached to the outside of the ankle, it's attached to the inside of the ankle. Almost like it goes from exterior to bone.
What do you mean?
Like, see how it's wide up here?
Yeah.
I mean, is there a way to make it attached to the middle down here?
Oh, like you want it to be skinnier. Yeah.
I like it wide at the knee, but
you
not so
scale
much
that
at the
down.
ankle. Yeah, I like that so much better already. That's perfect. Yeah.
And like it's just messing with the different iterations and different versions and stuff.
I like that already so much better. Just that little bit of angle.
So do you want to try adding more wires?
We can try, but it's not too far off, I don't think.
Okay.
If we add too many, it's just...
Yeah, you lose it.
Yeah.
Like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you could also do this to the arm if you want as well. But let's bring our other wires back in.
All right, let's fight with Billy. Billy says, maybe the waist area could be mechanic instead of the leg, or more in the middle part, perhaps the thigh. The composition feels a little bottom heavy. I like it.
Well, I'm kind of losing these wires here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of losing the fact that leg is covered in wires because there's already a bunch of wires up in here already.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if we can take the thick wires and just move them up a little bit to make it more obvious that those are wires on the leg. You know?
Mm-hmm. I wonder if the hanging wires would benefit from an interpolation other than Akima. Maybe something less curvy.
I like the curvy wires though.
Yeah, me too.
See, that just looks like a foot. Like it's just like a black dot. You know?
Yeah. I feel like we're at the 5% part where you've got like 95% of something you're happy with.
Yeah.
Now you're just trying to figure out what that final 5% spice is.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I like this part.
Maybe it's this leg. Maybe it's the back leg we need to do.
Yeah, maybe. It is floating out in a little bit more of negative space.
Like it feels ready, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What was that null object for? I don't remember. It's gone. Yeah, we could do this one. Yeah, we could do this leg.
Mm-hmm.
And we just put the bull over here instead. You know, so you have that. Euclid, what's up, dude? Thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. Been a fan for a while. Just want to say what's up. Your older videos would inspire me to do 3D, and now I've been working in AAA games for 5 years now. Dude, that's awesome. Heck yeah. That's great, man.
Unite.
That's awesome, man. Congrats. That makes me really happy, dude. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the super chat and everything. It really helps. It's very, you know, the streams take a lot. It may not look like it, but you know, there's a lot of work that goes into it and stuff, and you know, working on a Saturday and everything. But it's fun. This is actually a really chill time. I'm glad you're here, Casey.
Yeah, thanks for letting me come over.
Dude, heck yeah, this is way more fun. Not that it's not fun without Casey, because I also enjoy that. oh boy, it's a close one. Maybe we do this. I think we gotta do this manually, dude. I think we gotta straight up just come in here with some freaking cylinders and just make it work. So
it's so funny. I keep telling you this, but I'm so easy to please. As soon as I see that giant cylinder pop into the very front of the camera, I'm like, oh, it looks so sick. It's just like a random shape sitting in some fog. It's a good thing I don't make movies.
And you just gotta freaking like bust these guys out like. All right, so let's get this back up to 1, and then we'll get the render region in a second once that does its thing.
Oh, Billy says, thank you guys for the company in this lockdown period.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. I think we could all use a little bit of company during lockdown. I already sit in a room by myself all day.
All right. So, yeah, I think we just need to like
2 people have said this now. Maybe rotate the cube so it cuts aligned to the shin and not the z-axis. I think they're trying to say
yeah, rotate it. Yeah.
I'm just reading stuff. You don't have to do anything.
Like that. Basically. And then yeah, these cylinders basically would just be like pipes and stuff. And it doesn't even need to be 3D. It's just silhouette we're going for. So it's like 2 pieces there, you know?
Yeah.
Where is Super Chat? It's on the bottom. There's a little money sign. You click that, and then you can